Welcome to the behind the scenes vlog for the TMC project. As always, or let's just say for the second time, I'm really happy to have you guys here. Yeah, man, transitions are fun. It's only day 2, and it's so weird the awkwardness you feel talking about what you're doing when it's really very similar to everything that you do every day. Consistency is key. However, we should really call it boring because the mind loves novelty, and if it's not novel, it seems to be boring. Success is on the other side of it. Let's talk about the highlights. Today, for the first time since I can remember, I successfully hit the gym 5 days in a row, and I'm feeling really good about that. It's so important that I do things consistently that I don't want to do because it's teaching me self-discipline, and subconsciously my body is learning that it does what it's told whether I want to or not. Now, I won't lie, the responsibility chart is really helping me more than anything else. I force myself to look at it. It's so important because if I don't see it, it's almost like my spirit is not interested in reminding me, and I'm no longer letting that shit happen. Success is really what matters. I don't really care how boring it is. So 5 days in a row. Same thing with my quote posts. I'm feeling really good about them. I'm getting a great response, and I do believe that a lot of my Instagram success is gonna come from those. It's really fun. I definitely need to figure out a system though. I'm doing them live every morning, and that's taxing. It's taking up a lot of mental energy and decisions. I feel like if I batched it out 1 hour a week, I could probably get them all created and just schedule them. I've never really been good at doing that. I guess I'll do it live for the time being and be happy with whatever results I get. I'm really enjoying the morning readings. Much fun to find an article that's interesting and then read it. The awkwardness is funny as well. There are so many names that are incredibly hard to pronounce, and I'm not pre-reading these articles. I'm doing it on the fly. I'll read the title, I'll find out who the person is to make sure that there's some way I can tag them. Awareness is key, and I really want them to know what I'm doing in hopes to do collaboration. This morning was great. The article I read, I gotta find out what that article is. I forgot the name of it. You have to love the mind. When you're doing so much, you'd think you would remember what you wrote about hours earlier, but that's just not the case. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. The article, I can't believe it. I didn't even remember it was on self-discipline. That's hilarious. So it was how to execute self-discipline on your purpose, business, and other projects. It was awesome. I learned a lot, and it only took me about 12 minutes to read. The article was on how to be more disciplined, how to execute self-discipline on your purpose, business, and project. It was great. It only took me about 12 minutes to read. I stuttered a bunch, but here's the best part. Mark Steffen saw it and commented on it, and that's amazing. There's 2 reasons that I'm reading these daily. Primarily, it's in hopes to add value for anyone who's listening. It's a new brand. I'm lucky if I have one person viewing, and I'm very grateful for that one person, even though I really can't see him at the time since I'm reading the article. And if I think about him, my brain just breaks down. I kind of just have to stay on task to maintain my reading ability. He not only saw it, he commented it and liked it and shot me a friend request. This is a real big game of networking, collaborating. I will perform better when more people are watching, not because it matters, it's just the way I function. I'm doing my best to bring that energy out when I can. That is very difficult. So I'm so excited for that flip over stage where people want to hear me speak, because, I don't really want to hear me speak. I want to speak. It is what it is. So yeah, I'm super grateful to Mark. One thing right there made me feel great. 5 days of articles, I got 1 hit, and that's a 20% hit rate. I'm really, really excited about that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do them on Saturday or Sunday. That's really difficult. I gotta figure that out. It's kind of hard. I don't get enough time with my wife or kid, so maybe it's not something I should be doing 24/7. For now, I'm going to attempt to do it, because if you try to do more than you can do, yes, you'll fail more often, but you'll also do more than you would have originally done. Thank you so much, Mark, for not only noticing, but taking the time to comment and like. I can't wait till I get shares as well, and that's not ungratefulness, but it seems to be the hardest thing to get, someone to share your content. And I think there's a sub-ego of like, what will people think about it? And there's some ego triggery there. Whatever, I don't really care. I can't care about it. It'll happen over time. It is what it is, right? I got the blog post up yesterday, and I did it day of, which was amazing, because there was a couple of steps for me to accomplish that. First and foremost, I had to get the blog set up in the category, and that was kind of jumbled. That was about an hour, and most of the time projects like that are the reason I don't get something done, and I attribute this blog and accountability to the reason I did get it done. And then I realized that about 2 months ago, I wanted to make a 14-day keto challenge because I felt that that would be a good way to gain emails and show people my food knowledge. And I got to about day 3 and stopped doing it. But I still have an email sign up that says sign up to follow this challenge. That's not there. I need to change that to an email newsletter. Yes, newsletters are lazy and easy. However, I'm actually creating content every single day in so many different places. That might be the best thing I can do, is have a newsletter so that way people can get daily things, so I can touch people on an email basis. But more importantly, so much of my site is between 60 to 80% complete because I have great ideas and bad execution. A newsletter is really just some typing, maybe some words. I'll probably do some typing, maybe some words. I can just record a video like this, looking for them to follow me on my journey and let them know that this is one of the best ways to really follow along. Look, everyone says you need to get a newsletter. Everyone says you need to have email complete, and that you should also have a daily newsletter so that way you can own your audience. Since I don't have one thing done and I know I can get that done, that's what I'm going to do today. That shouldn't take more than an hour, maybe 2. And once it's complete, I'll be really excited. The feeling of progress always feels good. And I heavily recommend that you do something that has measurable progress. There are no results on the back end. You seeing that you completed something, or at least put a V1 stamp on it, really powerful. Don't ever underestimate it. I talked about that keto challenge that's not done. That doesn't mean I'm not working on keto. Actually, I'm now doing some meal prep. Caitlin understands how important it is that I add value, but my anxiety makes asking for sales, and plain and simply, it's been a roadblock to so much. Simply stated, my anxiety for hearing no when it comes to sales on personal services has been a massive roadblock in my entire life. And it's not that I'm not trying to work past it, but again, I refer back to knowing your strengths, and I'll even analogize it to an MMO. I am not a tank. No matter how hard I try, I don't take damage well. I'm going to figure out a way to win the game. And in this case, my loving wife and my partner in crime, and my confidence, as it were, she's been doing a great job. She knows how well I can do, and she knows that I have a problem expressing that. And she's gotten me some meal prep clients, which is just so exciting. I love keto. I think the food is delicious, and I don't think it's hard. And I know it's successful, and most people just don't really have a good concept on what to eat or think it's easy to do. So I now have the opportunity to add some value to people by doing meal prep. They get to see how easy and delicious these meals are. And I hope that within a month's time, they'll no longer want the meal prep. They'll know what to do, and they'll be on their personal keto journey. At its core, I'm really looking to give information, not food prep for someone. It's easy enough to do that, or maybe I will start a business, but the government and taxes when it comes to food is absolutely ridiculous. It's a side hustle that will give me the good feels of progression to keep me motivated and going, and I'll get to practice and play a lot. Also, I'm already cooking for my wife. She's in the same boat. People don't like to cook or learn how to cook. So much of our life is driven by convenience, and you just can't let your health be based on convenience. It's not a strategy for a healthy life unless you are genetically gifted. Most of us aren't. And also, you can look thin and still be really unhealthy. Never underappreciate that. Skinny fat is a real thing, and that's why you can have that random analogy of the runner who died from a heart attack. He was on a carb-based lifestyle, and he was stacking fat in random spots. Just because it wasn't visceral fat that you could see didn't mean he wasn't damaging his body every single day. Hell yeah. Thank you, Caitlin. I'm super grateful. Once again, you're giving me the opportunity to add value to this world. Thank you. I love you so much. With that same social anxiety and asking for sales, fuck man, I don't do follow-up at all or any live communication. It's so bizarre. And the internet doesn't make it easy. It's very difficult when I'm not face-to-face or hear voices. My mind will go crazy, and it's just not really always right with what it's thinking. It's simple as that. I know I need to schedule blocks of time. Right now, I think I'm just gonna have to go to that responsibility chart, because thus far, my weekly success has been entirely from seeing that and getting it done. And I'm not really sure how much time I should spend a day, whether it's 45 minutes or maybe I should leave it down to 20. That way I can get more accomplished, because in 1 hour I could get Instagram, IG, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook in 1 hour, rather than trying to spend an hour on each and only end up getting one done a day. I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about that, and I'm not really sure when I'm going to go about it. I do know it needs to be scheduled if I plan on getting it accomplished. And last but not least, I think I'm going to Twitch stream. One of the things that I had learned while at Powerful You, and thanks Ted Huff, because you're the one who gave me this idea, and you've given me the option to finally play video games again. About 10 years ago, man, even more than that, I just did realize that I really don't have self-control when it comes to entertainment. If I do it for 10 minutes, I do it for 10 hours, forget about everything else, and I stop looking at the world around me. That's why I know one of the surest paths to victory is to cut out easy, pleasurable distractions that don't actually move you forward. That's exactly what they are. They're easy and they're pleasurable and they don't move you forward. You're always going to do them because they'll give you the feels. However, you won't actually realize anything. But that doesn't mean I don't want to have fun. It doesn't mean I don't want to enjoy life during the process. And it's not like I'm getting everything done every day anyways. Now, I found a way that I can trick the game. I get to play Final Fantasy XI again. I won't get into how much that RPG means to me or what it did for my life, just how much pure happiness and enjoyable experience that I have from a video game. You have to realize I was incredibly antisocial as a kid. I can be very irritating. I not only have a lot of questions, I have just as many answers. It wasn't uncommon for people to not want to fuck with me for long periods of time. And MMOs gave me a place where I could, add value and experience a world that wasn't mine. And it's also where I learned that you really just want to maximize your strengths and figure out what you're good at. Now, I'm going to be able to do that because I figured out a way to make it productive as well. I've got a lot of work to do before I can play it, however, and that's good. If there's something you want to do and there's things that you need to do that you're not getting done, I recommend gamifying it. Figure out what you have to do before you get that gift. Build a system that allows you to work and do things that you might not necessarily want to do to get something that you do want to do. For me, playing Final Fantasy XI again would literally be a dream come true. Plain and simple. Set up a Twitch account, pick one day, and I have to stream while playing. And I already kind of have a plan on how I'm going to go about it. I think if I start talking about it, it would just kind of be ranty and unnecessary. But this is what I do know. I'm not going to be able to play the game unless I get everything on my responsibility chart checked off either way. Except for the one day where I'll have a forced stream. And that'll only be 2 hours and shit, it may just be me organizing my inventory, talking about personal development and motivation. Who knows? I think doing is what matters either way. Doing is all that matters. I want to thank you guys for joining me. This has been really helpful to me. It's letting me organize my thoughts. It's requiring that I take a moment to actually organize my thoughts so that I don't just waste time here, because the editing is just a lot of work. And by taking like 5 to 10 minutes to prep, I have way less work on the back end. I hope you love this episode. Please, I would love you to jump over to YouTube and actually subscribe to my YouTube page. I know these videos are unlisted. I upload them there so that way I can keep them on the blog, and I really don't want to distract from what's going on YouTube. If you're interested in these morning readings, go to the TMC Project on Facebook. I do it every morning at a very inconsistent time because I need to get it done. And just because I'm late doesn't mean I won't show up. I always post after the facts. Even if you check them out at lunch, watch them. Have a good laugh. I prefer it if you weren't mean about my comments. Help the algorithm either way. The only reason you're speaking up is to be mean. Thank you. Because that meanness will at least get other people to see my content. And I know it's valuable. Sorry I wasn't able to be valuable to you that time. I guess that's why you had to write something negative. If you got something nice to say, I would love it. It would be hard to express how good it would make me feel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you girls so much for joining me. Oh, Instagram, quote of the day. That's where I'm putting them. I don't really want to put them on Facebook as well. I see too many people kind of pushed across the board. I would rather just direct and see what happens. Thank you guys. Have a great day and enjoy your weekend. I know I'm going to. Gonna get to go on a date with my lovely wife. It's been over a year since we've gotten to do that. I'm very grateful. Hell yeah. Keep moving forward. Remember, you're special. You're worth it. Goodbye.